Hello again, it's Alba from AFSA Education, and this is the third and final AFM 121 Excel tutorial video. So as you can see, this tutorial video is on bond problems, and this worksheet specifically should be available on Facebook. So let's start with question 1. What is the theoretical price of the following bond using the compound 6-month discount rate? And it gives us some information on the bond. So we've got a face value of $100, coupon rate 8%. With semi-annual payments. We have 12 years till maturity and an annual required rate of return of 6.5. So I've gone ahead and set up the question for the sake of this video. So my coupon rate here is annual, and I need to calculate my semi-annual rate. So let's do that. Semi-annual coupon rate is just the coupon rate divided by 2. And the semi-annual rate of return is a little more intricate. So to get from annual to semi-annual, we go 1 plus the annual rate of return to the power of 0.5, all of that minus 1. Cool, so this is our semi-annual rate of return. Now, we've got all our periods. Notice now it's periods, not time in years, because we are dealing with semi-annual payments. And we've got cash flows here, 2 different cash flows, coupon cash flows and the principal cash flows. So let's calculate our coupon cash flow, which is just the face value, lock in the face value, times the semi-annual coupon rate. Cool, and lock that one in too. Now we copy these throughout all of our periods. So I'm holding Control, pressing the right button, down, Control Shift, left, Enter. Now we have everything copied. And the cash flow from the principal of our face value, well, that's only going to come in the last period, so we enter that here. Let's get a total cash flow, sum up these 2 columns, and copy that formula. Cool. And what we need now is the present value of our cash flows. So we put in the present value formula. So we go cash flow divided by 1 plus our, this time it's our semi-annual rate of return. Lock that in to the power of the period. And copy that formula in for the rest. And, here. Now we have all our cash flows. So we're looking for the price, and the price is just the sum of all our different cash flows here. So use the sum function, select all our cash flows present valued, and we get our sum of our present value is $113.28. Cool. So moving on to the next question. What is the YTM, or the rate, for the following discount bond? Face value of $1,000, current price $725.79 with 20 years to maturity. So in order to calculate this, you could use this formula. And this will give you the same answer as what I'm about to do, but I'll give you another way to do it just so you can double check. So our face value is $1,000. We have 20 years to maturity, and this is what we're trying to solve for. But since we don't know it, I'm just going to put in an arbitrary value. I like to use 5%. And then let's find the present value of the $1,000. So we go 1,000 divided by 1 plus our YTM. We don't need to lock it since we're not going to copy the formula in, to the power of 20. Which gives us 376, but that's not our current price, obviously, because we were using a random value here. So we go data, what if analysis, goal seek. We're changing this cell to correspond with our current price value, so 725.79, by changing the cell with our YTM. And we end up with a rate of about 1.6%, which is accurate. Sounds good. If we were to try and do this formula also, it would give us the same thing. You can check it out on your own. I'm going to move on to the next question. Question 5. solve for the annual rate of return on the semi-annually compounded bond. So we've got a bond, we're going to have it for 12 years, sorry. You have an annual coupon rate of 6.6%. It's face value of $1,000. So how we're going to start here, we are solving for R again, but we don't know what R is. So what do? We go and let's insert an arbitrary value for our semi-annual value. Let's change it up. Let's do 6%. Cool. And earlier we flipped from annual to semi-annual, and now what I want to do is go from semi-annual to annual. So it's a similar process, 1 plus the semi-annual to the power of 2 this time instead of a half, minus 1 again. So this is our semi-annual, this is our annual rate of return if we have a semi-annual right here. Then what we can do is now we can calculate the cash flows. Remember that this is arbitrary, so it's going to change in the end, but we can still calculate our cash flows based on it. So $1,000 times, actually let's freeze our 1,000, times our coupon, divided by 2 since it's semi-annually compounded. And that is our semi-annual cash flow. Copy that throughout all the periods. Oh, what happened there? Cool. I did not lock the rate. Cool. Remember, lock the rate. Okay. Now let's copy it. Whoa. And then insert our final principal value. Sum up our cash flows. Sum. Yep. We'll copy this formula. And take the present value of this formula. So equals divided by 1 plus, we're using our semi-annual rate of return. Actually going to freeze that to the power of the period. Cool. Copy and paste that formula throughout. And let's find this sum of these present values. So equals sum. Remember, I'm holding Control Shift and hitting the right arrow key to do that. Cool. So as you can see, our current price is supposed to be $960, but what we get for the sum is $661. So we're gonna fix this by going into goal seek. Change our sum to 960 by changing semi-annual cell. Okay, cool. So we end up with this as our semi-annual rate, and since we set up this formula earlier, this changed along with this, so we get our annual rate to be about 7.2%, which is accurate. You could also do this through the rate function. So we did all those steps, but now I'll show you a quicker way to do it. Go rate, number of periods. So we had 24 periods. Our payment was 1,000 times 6.6% divided by 2. Our present value is 960, and our future value is 1,000. Whoa. Okay. For it to work, you have to have a negative present value. So put in negative. And as you can see, it's the same percentage. Cool. So this was our bond tutorial video. We went over how to price a bond, how to find the YTM given this information, and how to find our semi-annual or annual rate of return.